Do not miss this video because I am going to tell you the whole life of this man. This video is about Morgan Freeman, whom I call the God of Sound. Morgan Freeman is one of the great people in the history of world cinema.
Do you have any tips, any voiceover tips for people aspiring to sound like Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, don't aspire to sound like Morgan Freeman. I think that's a mistake. And no, I don't know of any tips, except for one thing. One thing I can tell you: if you're looking to improve the sound of your voice, yawn a lot.
Yawn a lot?
Yawn a lot. Yeah. You know why?
Why? Tell me why.
It relaxes your throat muscles. It relaxes your vocal cords. And as soon as they relax, the tone drops. The lower your voice is, the better you sound.
So if I yawned a lot,
yes,
I might start sounding like Freeman?
No, but you would certainly get a deeper voice.
He created many surprises and was able to be prominent in the world with his talent and ability. Many people may not know his name, but they have definitely seen him and it remains in their minds. He acted in many films and made many documentaries. First of all, let's go to his biography. Morgan Freeman, born on June 1, 1937 in America, is an actor and director. But the question is, how did he become a superstar? Family and authenticity. Morgan was born in Memphis, Tennessee, USA. His father, Morgan Potterfield Freeman, was a hairdresser, and his mother, Madame Edna Riviere, was a teacher, and he has 3 older siblings. As a baby, he was sent to his paternal grandmother in Charleston, Mississippi, where he spent his childhood. In 2008, he announced that his ancestors were slaves who migrated from North Carolina to Mississippi, but a DNA test revealed that he was of Nigerian descent. Starting at the age of 9. Due to the poverty of his parents, he always used second-hand stationery for his studies, but he was always the first student in his class. The beginning of his acting career goes back to his school days in 1946, when he was 9 years old, and in 1949, when he was 12 years old, he won an award for the best acting student. Then, in 1955, at the age of 18, he hosted a radio program. From university scholarship to the Army. He then entered the U.S. Air Force as a radar specialist. In the early 1960s, after 4 years in the military, he resigned and moved to Los Angeles, where he took acting classes in Pasadena and dance classes in San Francisco. He then worked as a secretary at Los Angeles College. From the theater to the front of the camera. In 1964, at the age of 27, he performed as a dancer at the World's Fair Theater and as a member of the Opera Ring musical theater group in San Francisco. A year after the successful experience in various theaters with the movie The Pawnbroker in 1965, he first appeared in front of the camera in a brief role. After the second experience at Cinemal in 1971, he returned to the theater again until 1974 when he played a role in the series Electric Company. After 9 years of oblivion in the cinema, in 1980, when he was 43 years old, he returned to the field of acting in the role of an intelligent middle-aged man in the movie Brubaker and was noticed. But the recognition of his face started in 1987 at the age of 50, with the movie Street Smart, which nominated him for an Oscar and a Golden Globe, which he did not receive in the end. The peak of Freeman's brilliance goes back to 1989, at the age of 52, when he starred in the movie Driving for Miss Daisy, which won him a Golden Globe Award. Oscar. It was after this award that he was strongly noticed by different directors. In 2004, at the age of 67, he won the Oscar for the Best Supporting Actor by playing in the movie $1 Million Girl. He also won the Golden Globe Lifetime Achievement Award in 2012 at the age of 75. Film company. In 1993, at the age of 56, he directed his first film called Buffa. Then he founded the Revelations Entertainment Film Company with Larry McCree. This work helped him become more famous, and he was able to carve his name in cinema with his management. First marriage. Freeman married American actress Janet Adair Bradshaw in 1967 at the age of 30, but this life ended in divorce in 1979 with a daughter named Edina Haynes. Second marriage plus death of his daughter. After his relative fame, the actor married a girl named Myrna Callie Lee in 1984 when he was 47 years old, but this life ended in divorce in 2010 after 26 years. Edina, who was the result of his first marriage, lived next to him, and Myrna was killed in an accident on August 16, 2015 at the age of 33 in New York. Besides his two marriages, Morgan Freeman had relationships with many women, the result of which are two sons named Alfonso Freeman and Seyfullah Freeman. He also adopted a daughter named Morgana and has 3 grandchildren. Freeman was chosen as the 31st greatest actor in history by the English magazine Empire. He was really pleased to be selected because he tried hard to get big prizes but failed to some extent. 3 of his most famous films, Driving for Mrs. Disney, Freedom from Shawshank and Pride, are included in the list of the top 100 films in the history of world cinema. These movies are very interesting and amazing, and Freeman made them even more amazing. On the day of Ashura 2016, at the age of 79, he was present in London to record parts of the documentary The Story of God at the funeral ceremony of Hassini al-Khoui belonging to Najafi Shiites. I said at the beginning of the video, and I will say it again, that one of his most influential works was the documentary about the story of God, which was able to show itself among the people of Western Asia. According to the report of CNN news agency, 8 female actors and film activists have admitted that Freeman had the intention of sexually harassing them. An assistant producer of a comedy film stated in a report that Freeman sexually harassed him for months and repeatedly tried to touch his body. Of course, I don't think these accusations were true because Freeman had enough money to kill those women. Another woman also confirmed this accusation and said that none of the women had the courage to wear open, tight, and short clothes in front of her. After this report, he said that there was no intention in his behavior and he apologized to those whom he caused unwittingly. Servant of God has also apologized. All of the Morgan brothers served in the military. He also entered the U.S. Air Force in 1955 at the age of 18 as a radar repairman, but he left the Air Force after 4 years due to fear of heights in flight classes. He voted for Barack Obama in the U.S. presidential election in 2008 and participated in Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign in 2016. He was very fond of Obama, and I think he said in one of his interviews that I like Obama because he has a good personality, not because he is the same color as me. Of course, this word has not been widely spread, but he told me this in one of the interviews I had with him. The famous actor now owns 3 private planes and a private jet and received his private pilot's license in 2002 at the age of 65. In 2004, during the hurricane of the island of Grenada, together with a series of good people, he launched the Planet Now Fund to help people affected by the hurricane. He made short clips such as Why Are We Here in the field of land and environment protection and is one of the supporters of black people's rights. He owns a restaurant and music club. I don't think you knew that he owns one of the biggest music clubs. When he was 16 years old, he almost died due to pneumonia. There was no choice left for him and his family, and he finally survived the incident. He has often acted in supporting roles. Most of his games have been in supporting roles. In few films he has been given the lead role. Let's not forget that it is the politics and magic of cinema that brings famous and cool people and shows less in the movie so that more viewers go and see that movie. In this case, they pay less to the supporting role and it ends up being more profitable for them. Unfortunately, this cost Freeman, but he never spoke about it while AZ was suffering because of it. In 2009, he played the role of Nelson Mandela in the movie Invincible. In July 2014, he turned his 124-hectare land into a bee sanctuary due to concerns about the decline in the number of honeybees.
People die every day, Frankie. Mopping floors, washing dishes. And you know what their last thought is? I never got my shot. If she dies today, you know what her last thought will be? I think I did all right.
The autumn night that covers me black as the pit from pole to pole. I think whatever God there may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of fate, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the shadow of the shade. Yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me, unafraid. Someone asked me once, and you're about to do it, what would you do if you weren't an actor, if you didn't make it as an actor? I have no idea. I would act somewhere. Maybe I'd be driving a cab, maybe I'm working in somebody's yard, whatever I'm doing, I will act. Because I'll die if I don't. You do it because you have to do it. If you spend 20 years waiting tables, at night, if you were a writer, you're writing. And it's the same thing with any discipline. Painters paint. I don't care what else they have to do to put food on their table or pay the rent, they're painting. And I think that's the same way all the way around. Writers write, painters paint, actors act. Matters not how straight the gate, how punishment charged the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
I hope you like this interesting video that I enjoyed a lot. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and introduce me to your relatives. Thank you for watching.